I want to model that because this is going to tell you something as well. So when someone has a really popular video, it's not just because they, created something that's a hot topic. Topic is absolutely important, but then they've also put together how things feel, look, brand wise. They've thought through the title. It's not just a random title. They've put a lot of energy into that, right? Guys like him don't mess around. They give genuine feedback. They give you solid content, right? Rich content. So think about that. Now, because he's been in the game a long time, these guys obviously have a ton of subs and a ton of views. They also have hourly, and like I said, the outlier score is pretty solid. So, but the key, and again, going back to vidIQ, you can get all the information just right here. I'm using vidIQ for all it's worth. Then obviously say, hey, you know what? I like those. I've got some information. Now I'm going to sit here and crank out some ideas. And so when on the paid version, even if it's the lowest tier, you can start to scroll and go through a daily ideas list based on things you've already populated in here when you first I want to, look into this a little further. I'd like to find out what vidIQ recommends on a daily idea if you're looking for them. And then it'll even give you experiential, like if you're like, nah, I don't like these ideas, you can literally tell it and it will fine tune things for you as you go. So right here, what I've learned from epic marketing fails. So we've done videos like that. You can actually look on my channel and you'll see we've done a ton of stuff regarding epic marketing fails, brand marketing, right? Or even brand fails. So when they've actually built a brand that did nothing for them, as opposed to when we got to work with them and turn things around and see things from a different angle because they weren't expecting the stuff that we were actually pulling out of them. So our intent is to go deep, but there's key. You can get so many fresh ideas, some very high, like you see here, and they're just on fire, right? But if you're like, well, I don't want a super highly competitive, I would much rather go and drop down to like the medium round, which I would say is a good place to start, right? High and medium, solid place to start with regards to ideas. And then you're like, well, I like this one, the outrageous marketing ideas that will leave you speechless. Pretty interesting, a little curiosity, where most people are just looking for information and they're like, well, I don't really care about brands necessarily. I want to see how people are getting their leads, getting their, but it comes back to that always, which I think people can either that whole argument of marketing or branding, which should I focus on first? I always say if you haven't nailed your brand, you don't know how to market.